to the deepest secrets of different bills. Hey, don't condemn me, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a law threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you. All right, now listen. Before we get too far in this video, you know exactly what you need to do. Make sure you drop a like, and let's get this video to at least 1,000 likes. That'll definitely push the video to the recommended. And furthermore, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe. I'm by far the hardest working YouTuber in 2K community, and hopefully you can appreciate the 9 a.m. and that 5 p.m. daily uploads, and you can show that appreciation by dropping a like and subscribing, right? Now, let's get straight into this video. So today we're going to talk about the one, the only, the great Jimmy Butler. He's definitely one of the best players in the league and definitely one of the top two-way players in the league. And again, I've always feel like, you know, sometimes Jimmy doesn't get the type of love and respect that he deserves. I thought it was pretty dope when Joel Embiid publicly came out after their defeat to the Heat in the playoffs, and he said, man, I miss Jimmy, I wish he was here. Jimmy's just that type of person you definitely want to have in your team. And if you look to the team that they have right here, this was the best team this was technically, like, they had the best record in the East. And obviously, you know, they fell in Game 7 to the Celtics, but they were hurt. And to be honest with you, if Kyle Lowry was 100%, Tyler Hero was 100%, this might have been a different outcome. So I thought it would be pretty dope just to go ahead and give Jimmy Butler his flowers today. So we're going to go ahead and do that. As you see, he's a two-way slashing playmaker. He is 6'7", 230 pounds. Thing about Jimmy is that, listen, man, he's kind of a, unique here. And one thing I want to point out is that he has an 80 driving dunk, so he doesn't get contact dunks. But, you know, for a park type play, we definitely might want to do that. So, but he only has a 40 standing dunk, and he's 6'7", so that's kind of strange in my opinion. And then of course you see he has a close shot of an 85, and then he also has a mid-range of an 84, but he only has a 72 three ball. I mean, he's not really known for much of his shooting. I can say he's a throwback type player. He likes to do a lot of stuff around the paint, and as you're gonna see what I'm talking about, he has an 82 post hook, which I think is pretty dope, along with an 82 post fade and 84 post control. So he does like to work into the post. We all know that. And if you watch enough of the game, you know Jimmy loves playing bully ball down low. He always tries to get the mismatch. And then, of course, defensively, this is where his bread and butter is. Well, talk about his ball handle. He has an 86 ball handle, 82 pass accuracy. That's where we get the playmaking part from in his name, two-way slasher playmaker. And then the defensive part, he has a really good interior defense of a 75, a 90 perimeter defense, a 90 steal, and then 56 block and offensive rebound, and only a 60 defensive. And then when you look at his badges, again, just fast twitch, fearless finisher, teardrop, acrobat. I mean, he has a lot of finishing badges. But look at the shooting, though. Clutch shooter, difficult shot, green machine, rhythm shooter, fade A, set shooter. So, I mean, like, go on and on and on and on. He has all the badges almost. Same thing for the playmaking side. He has pretty good jump. He has bailout, bullet passer, floor general. And then, of course, we all know defensively, the ankle braces, ball stripper, clamps, hustler, interceptor, intimidator, menace. I mean, he's a two-way player, man. He's the type of player that you definitely love to have on your team. So, again, like I said, we're going to head over to the My Player Builder, and we're going to go ahead and make this Jimmy Butler build. So let's head over there right now. All right, my nephews and nieces. So what we're going to do here with this first build, we definitely want to get the shades of Jimmy Butler at the top, but we also wanted to go ahead and do the defensive side of Jimmy Butler. Again, you can't make a whole pie chart for what Jimmy Butler can do because he actually can do well in all four categories of the pie chart: blue, yellow, red, and green. But we're going to focus on the yellow and the red this time. So what we're going to do is go small forward. Obviously, he's right-handed and he's number 22. We're going to go with the Hall of Fame the Hall of Fame playmaking and the Hall of Fame defense. What this pie chart will allow him to do, we'll go speed here because, you know, again, we want to translate into the park. You want to do that. But what this build is going to allow him to do is be able to dribble. So we want to max out a close shot, the driving layup, and that driving dunk. We're going to skip standing because he didn't have one. We're going to max out the post hook because he had a post hook. We're going to max out that mid-range and a three-point shot, and again, that post fade. That's it. We only get 3 shooting badges with this, by the way. Max out the pass accuracy, the ball handle, and then go 67 on the post control, and that's going to give you 24 playmaking. Even though we had a good interior defense, we know that does not make sense to do that. when it comes to a park player, especially when you talk about this is a perimeter-based build. You do not want to put your attributes into interior defense. So we're going to go in perimeter, lateral quickness, and the steal. Remember, he had a 90 perimeter defense and a 90 steal. He didn't have any block, offensive, defensive rebound, but we're still going to go ahead and get a 75 defensive rebound because it just makes sense to do that. So what you see here is 8, 3, 24, and 16. Okay, this build is still going to be pretty awesome. What we're going to do on our body type is we want to go compact. We want to stay 6'7" and keep our weight at 222 pounds. Then we want to go ahead and you got to max out that wingspan. Let's max that wingspan all the way out, all right? So let's talk about a few things here real quick. We all know that you get a +8 to your physicals. So with that +8 to the physicals, you're going to have a 95 speed and a 93 acceleration and an 82 vert. So some of y'all might be like, well, that's Jimmy Butler doesn't have that speed. Well, again, Unk's not going to give you a build that can't translate decently into the park. Excuse me. So we want to make sure we have that speed, right? And then on the finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense / rebound, you do get a +4 here from 95, 99 overall. And this is where you're going to get that 85 driving dunk. So you do get contact dunks with this build, but you also get a 72 post hook. So that's something you can mess around with. And then on your shooting side, you still get a solid mid-range of a 72, and a 65 3-ball is actually not bad, especially from a catch and shoot standpoint. And then on your playmaking, you have an 87 pass accuracy. You get that 80 ball handle, so that will allow you to get the elite dribble packages. And then you also have a 71 post control. So 71 post control, 71 post fade, and a 72 post hook. So that kind of falls in line, even though his was in the 80s. But again, we're talking about the My Player builder here, so you're very limited. But then we look at the defense. You have an 87 perimeter lateral quickness, you have an 88 steal, and then a really good 83 defensive rebound. So you can see how this is definitely a really solid Jimmy Butler build. Jimmy Butler has lock and slashing take, so this is really up to you. If you really want to go true form with Jimmy, you probably want to go lock take. But again, when you're in the park, you probably want to go slasher because it just translates better as far as just the way that the game operates. So we're going slasher, even though it should go with that. But as you see right here, this is called a two-way pass first wing, and you have shades of Jimmy Butler at the top. Jimmy Butler was a two-way slashing playmaker, so this right here actually kind of falls in a little bit to what he is. You're just not able to get a 6'7" two-way slashing playmaker, okay? But now we're going to head over to the second build, so let's head over there right now. All right, my nephews and nieces, so now we're looking at the second version of what I'll say a Jimmy Butler build is, and this right here is going to obviously be one that kind of helps with the more of the shooting side of Jimmy Butler. You're going to take a hit on the defensive side and a little bit on that playmaking, but I still feel like this is definitely a Jimmy Butler type build. So obviously still small forward, right-handed, number 22 is his jersey number, but this time we're going to go ahead with the mostly shooting and a little bit of finishing. Because at 6'7", you definitely need to have as much shooting as you can for this to make sense. So that's why we're going to do it this way. We still want to go pure speed. And then again, we're not really going to change much of how we want to attack this. We still want to go close shot, driving layup, and that driving dunk, skip standing, and go 76 on the post hook for 13 finishing. Then we want to max out the mid-range, the three-point shot, and then we want to go 83 on that post fade for 16. Then we want to max out our pass accuracy, our ball handle, and then go 73. That's going to get us right at 16. And then, of course, here you want to go ahead and max out your perimeter defense, your lateral quickness, your steals, and then that defensive rebound, that's going to give you 3. Actually, we can go ahead and put this up here. That gives us 17. So max that out at 65 here. So basically, we touched on the same thing Jimmy Butler has, just that now it's going to be a little bit more on the shooting and less on the playmaking and defense. But we are still going to be able to get the pro dribble animations. So we want to go body type. This time, we want to go built because we're going to lower the weight. Still go 6'7", drop all the way down to 180 pounds. All right. Actually, we can go, 186 pounds. And then our wingspan, you want to max it all the way out to 89. Okay, so now let's just look at a few things here. You still get that +8 to your physical, so you still have a very solid 90 speed, which falls in line with Jimmy Butler's speed actually on his roster. You have an 86 acceleration with an 80 vert. You get an 82 driving dunk, you get an 83 post hook, and then of course you get a 99 close shot with an 81 driving layup. But now the shooting is way much better. You get an 82 mid-range, and then you get an 83 ball with an 85 post fade. You still get an 80 pass accuracy. You get a 75 ball handle, so now allows you to get the pro dribble animations. You get a 77 post control, so now you get 77 post control, 85 post fade, 83 post hook. And then the defense, like I said, this is a lot lower. right? But it's 78 perimeter, 75 lateral quickness, 78 steal, 73 defensive rebound. But again, I feel like this is definitely still a Jimmy Butler type build because it still has the same characteristics of where the attributes are being laid out at. But now I will go slashing takeover for real here because this is definitely going to give you the contact dunks on this build, so that's very important. And then here you have it, my nephews and nieces. This comes out as a mid-interior playmaker. I think that both builds have their pros and their cons. Let me know in the comment section which build do you think is the best. But other than that, this is your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger, man. You know, when I say be back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what day I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.